So I think this will be one of the most miserable videos I've ever had to do, because I have never seen such a stupid group of people before to genuinely believe that Gears of War E-Day, because of a job posting, will come to PlayStation. All because they had to mention online services like PlayStation, or I mean PSN, Xbox Live, Steam servers, Nintendo servers, and just having general experience with how those things operate and work. And this means, somehow, Gears E-Day will come to PlayStation. I'm in agreement that eventually that Gears will come to PlayStation. Will it be Gears E-Day? Who knows? I would like it to come to PlayStation, as I don't want people to be excluded from this game. As what's the point of excluding people when you can just make more money by bringing it to other platforms? At the end of the day, you should just do it. You shouldn't be excluding people. Exclusivity sucks, no one likes it, and nobody wants to be forced to buy a platform that they're only going to use for one game. But I genuinely think people are stupid to believe that this is a be-all, end-all, meaning that Gears E-Day will come to PSN. Here, this is what I'm talking about. This is the image that people are using to prove it. And this is the exact thing in the image that people are trying to use and to explain an actual PlayStation release for said Gears of War E-Day. It's hard to believe we went from these guys saying that they don't want Xbox games, now they want Xbox games. What happened? Why do PlayStation fanboys, like normal PlayStation guys, I'm sure they want Gears of War, they want Halo on their platform, there's no point to excluding people, especially if their games are going to other platforms like PC. But why is it the PlayStation fanboys, the first people to say, no, we don't want them, they're trash, and then turn around and then proceed to port beg for these games? It makes no sense. Anyway, let's just get into the salt so you can see how people are reacting to this. Our first tweet is from JDub. Gears E-Day leaked points at a PS5 version in the works. Yes, because having experience with online services and how they may work and operate somehow means that there's going to be a PS5 version. You know, when they ask for all these different things, like have you worked with Xbox Live, PSN, Steam, Nintendo, or whatever, they're obviously looking for someone with experience that has worked with these things before. This doesn't hint at a PS version of it. Of course, that would be really cool if there was a PS version of it. That means that there's more players to play with. I am absolutely fine with that. But this is such a gigantic reach to get such a desired result just for you, especially when you're someone that has said multiple times that you don't like Xbox games, that they're garbage compared to PlayStation, and then you proceed to turn around and start port begging. Like, it's honestly kind of scary that these people think that this is going to go somewhere, that this is going to achieve something for them, and that they're going to be right, when I'm sure most of them are at least in their late 20s, early 30s, maybe 40s, right? Depending on which fanboy that we're looking at. But at least when it comes to JDub's case, you've worked a job before, have you not? So this shouldn't lead anything to you, this shouldn't mean anything, this is just stupid. I mean, you are a very stupid individual yourself, so you may think it leads somewhere, but it genuinely won't. Like, have you never put in a resume? Have you never looked at a job that you may want and looked at the qualifications that they may need for that job, and you're like, okay, do I have any of them? Like, what makes you think that this is gonna go somewhere? Our next tweet is from Zubitech. Gears of War E-Day job listing points to a PS5 release. Experience with Xbox Live, PSN, or other online gaming platforms. Can he not read? It says, or other online gaming platforms. They're looking for experience. How does this confirm a PlayStation 5 release? How did people... Has no one ever gone to a work site, looked at the requirements, or have never gone onto any job sites and actually looked to get a job? Has no one ever done that? Does anyone here actually work? Honestly, I don't know what to say. Have you never worked before? Have you... You know, there's just no point. Let's just move on to the responses. So this guy by the name of Jumbo replied to the previous tweet that we just looked at, and he said, I'm pretty sure they just want some experience, and Zubitech replies, doing the Lord's work by saying nope, and 49 people proceeded to like that. Do people think, honestly, I want to genuinely ask you this, does anyone in the comments think that this was going to be a PS5 version in the works? Like, I think we can all agree that I'm sure that because of Xbox's new strategy that they're going to make a PS5 version. It could be more than likely possible. It's just not going to happen on day one launch. It'll probably come later. Who knows? We don't know anything about Microsoft's strategy, we can mainly just guess. But you are so confident by saying no that you think you know the answer. And somehow people genuinely agree with you. And of course, this is not the only message around this one, we have more to look at here, but... I am shocked. I am disappointed at the sheer stupidity of individuals on Twitter. Well, then again, if you go to Twitter, you lose a couple brain cells, so I'm not entirely surprised. I just want to die. You know, let's just move on to the next one. So Umbra further replied to Zubitech saying no, saying, hey, can you tell me the definition of the word or? And Zubitech replied saying, hey, can you tell me, did you read? Umbra further replied saying, Yeah, I read. Or, which means any one of them that will take someone from Nintendo if they have the experience with the online component doesn't mean that it's going to the Switch. And this other guy further replied saying, he just asked you, did you read? When he's the one not reading. And I thought I'd just add that in there as it's kind of fucking ironic that he's asking people if they read, and you know, you get it. He's not a smart individual. He obviously can't read a job posting saying that this is an optional skill, but you know, I guess to him this must confirm to him that there's going to be a PS5 version. Why do you have the internet? It scares me that you are someone that can look at a post, read it, and somehow get a whole nother message out of it. You are given the right to vote. I'm assuming that you're over the age of 20 or whatever the age to vote in whatever country that you live, and somehow you have to make decisions on which politician you're going to support, which people you're going to support, what ideals you believe in, and yet you can't even read a single post. It scares me that you have access to Twitter, and how you could be getting so many things wrong. We have another tweet responding to Zubitak's original post. I'm a PlayStation fanboy, but that doesn't mean anything. Only that they want someone with experience with online platforms. And another guy responded to him saying, for what purpose? Because the game will be on online platforms. You know you've done something wrong when other PlayStation fanboys find what you're covering and defending as a definitive proof of something existing and calling you out on it. It should really just say something that you fucked up. You really did mess up. That not even these people even agree with you. And even though he admitted he's a PlayStation fanboy, I couldn't really care, because he seems to actually, you know, use his brain, look at an image, and is able to make a better thought than you can. Our next tweet is from Hunter. Gears of War E-Day may come to PS5. Hint, coalition job posting. See more at insidergaming.com. Now, I should say this, all future tweets that you're going to see in this video are responding to this individual tweet, as I've already said that's needed to this, I don't really need to criticize this, but he is stupid. Our first tweet responding to Hunter is from this guy. The advertisement mentions experience with Xbox Live, PSN, Steam, or other online gaming platforms. This is a type of wording used across various jobs for the reason that if you have experience in A, said skills, you are likely transferable to B. And now, we have what I would call the final boss of this conversation spawning into existence just to inconvenience this guy with some of the most brain-dead logic you're ever going to see. But they specified if for Gears E-Day. And our hero responded, it's a job advertisement. This is literally how advertisements are written when it comes to hiring new staff. Join our team at a newly established fast food restaurant. Previous experience at Burger King, Macca's, or KFC is preferable. You know, it must really suck using facts and logics to try and win an argument or a disagreement with an individual online, and yet they're too brain-dead to actually understand what you're saying. I wish you the best in life. There are just certain people that you really can't help with a higher intelligence conversation. The conversation further continues, then why is Sony or Nintendo not doing this to their exclusive games? Doing what? Hiring devs that knows Xbox Live. It's no. I'm absolutely certain they have/do, but you're missing the point. The coalition simply is hiring people with experience of working with network services. I think you get the point. I'm just gonna cut it there for a little bit before we move on to the last two images tied to this conversation, but holy shit. You either need to be completely brain-rotted, completely stupid, or you need to be on something. If you're on something, I want to know what you're having right now to become this stupid. What made you fail to understand what he's saying? He's laid out all the information for you, in front of you, and made it easily digestible for you and your brain. But for some reason, you can't understand him. Either you're just shitposting to get a reaction out of someone, which you're failing miserably. I mean, maybe you're working with me, but you know, you could just be stupid. So let's continue this, shall we? Then why not include Nintendo? They literally specified, or other online gaming platforms. This would include Nintendo Online, Ubisoft Plus, EA Play, Epic Games Store, and etc. And then he further responds saying, nope, they even specified Steam. And then the absolute giga chat of this story decided to give one more final tweet by just saying that that article is clickbait, and that was pretty much it by providing the actual image. I can see why people say Twitter is the place where all actual smart conversations go to die, because it's only filled with idiots that can't actually think outside of a box. I don't get how you can put yourself in this situation where you're so stupid to not even realize the basics of what you're even talking about. Our final tweet is from Cyberpunk Gamer 94. How on earth has anybody took that as, it's coming to PlayStation? And this guy called Just Me responds saying, Why else would you need experience with PlayStation Network to work on Gears? Honestly, I'm suffering. I can't tell you how miserable I am after doing this video. I don't even know what to say anymore. I didn't know humans could be so stupid. I don't get how people can come to this conclusion that it's coming to PlayStation upon a company looking for new talent to join their studio. Maybe I'm just communicating in a different language that people refuse to understand. I mean, I am Australian, we're not known for speaking complete English, so who knows how this goes. Maybe people just don't understand how to fucking read, but I don't know what to say. This is the end of the video. That's all I have to say. I'll see you all in the next video. Help me reach 2,000 subs. See you in the next one. Take care.